All right, I think we will continue with our program. For those of you that don't know me from past, my name is Bill Younger. I am the incoming president of the association, so you will have to endure me for the next year. So hopefully that'll be all right. I told the president behind me, Randy Haynes, he's to be my speechwriter for the upcoming year. So if it's not funny or something goes wrong, I have a writer. I wrote for Gary this last year. Randy will be writing for me, so just so you're aware of that. You have about 1 hour left to make donations to the foundation. Priscilla, how's it going over there? Well, Priscilla's not there, but... All right. Still a little bit of time. We'll be drawing right around 1 o'clock. You know, I've been associated with the association for about 25 years and have done a lot of different things, from teaching and doing sessions. But two of the best things here have been being associated with the Energy Managers Hall of Fame, and with being a regional VP, you get to look at all the projects that get selected for awards each year. Those two things are really... I'm really proud to be part of. And this year is no exception. We've got some great inductees into the Energy Managers Hall of Fame. But first, I'd like to recognize those that are already members in AEE's Energy Managers Hall of Fame. Would you please stand up and be recognized? It is a very prestigious group, and I am just honored to be part of it and to be working with all of you folks. To present this year's inductees, I'd like to have George Owens come up. George has been doing this for about 10 years, and it's his signature program. Does a wonderful job. So, George, take it away.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And I, like Bill, think the Hall of Fame program epitomizes what AE stands for. And the interesting thing about this is the Hall of Fame inductees are chosen by their peers through balloting to be nominated and accepted into the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame basically has three components. First of all, being 20 years in the industry, lifetime achievement, and a list of areas including job responsibility and accomplishments, honors and awards, papers, service to AEE, patents, inventions, and educational and professional licensing. And our inductees for today have those characteristics that we look for. I don't know how many times I went through here and it's still out of order. Our first inductee is Graham Parker. He's the senior staff engineer with the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. He has 38 years of project work at the laboratory and worked on many contracts for DOE, the military, DOD, Southern California Edison, and a list of other accomplishments. He is, I like to pick out of resumes and applications. He has other responsibilities, and the one that caught my attention is he's a mentor to junior staff, so that's an excellent. He's been involved with over 120 publications, 80 papers, and so forth. He has served the AEE Advisory Board since 1994 and a number of other committees and activities. And he says something in here about being able to outfish Wayne Turner, but I don't know about that. I'm sure they can both outfish me. And he's been involved with ASHRAE as well. I'd like to introduce the inductee to the Hall of Fame. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Like George, I have to move the microphone a bit more than George. Thanks, George. I appreciate that, and many thanks to the association and those of you who have been a part of selecting me for this great honor. I'm up there with among some of my heroes in the world of energy efficiency, and I am very honored, and I'm very humbled, and I'm also very blessed. While I have this podium, however, in front of my peers, I want to clarify a couple of things that I know some of you are wondering about. First of all, Steve Parker, past president and also member of the Hall of Fame. I sometimes refer to him as my older brother or older cousin. He is neither my brother nor my cousin. And secondly, I want to assure my fellow employees at Pacific Northwest National Laboratory that there is no requirement to have the last name of Parker to be a part of this honored position. It does, however, I think, have some bearing on this when you have Al as your sponsor. Okay, this is a shared award. It's a collection of effort among a wonderful staff that I work with at Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. I've had the pleasure of being a part of that staff now for over 39 years, and it'll be 40 years in June. They are the best of the best. A highly motivated, dedicated staff of engineers and scientists who push the frontiers of energy and energy efficiency on behalf of this country, and I'm proud of that. This is also an award that is made possible by the many, many clients that I have worked for, some of you who are in this audience, on some really interesting and challenging projects. A very wide variety of things I've been able to do because somebody chose to pay me to do that, and I appreciate that. This would not be possible, however, without the support and many times the sacrifice of my family, and particularly my first wife of 41 years, who is present in the audience, who was home raising our 3 children while Dad was often away traveling the country, spreading the word and the message of efficiency. Thank you, Priscilla. Neither of my daughters became engineers. Not a great disappointment, I guess, but one married an economist. That's close, I think. He reminds me once in a while how important economists are to engineers. And one married an engineer, actually a Texas A&M graduate. My youngest child was clearly destined to carry on my chosen career simply based on his insatiable curiosity. But he was taken from us by cancer in early childhood. I am, however, certain that he is smiling as he is watching all of this take place. And therefore, I dedicate this honor to my son, Eric, who inspired me to keep fighting, to make a difference, no matter the challenge. Thank you.
You get a pen, okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, in 1977, Al Tuman started the Association of Energy Engineers, and that's about the time I was switching careers from engineering to energy management. And so I joined AEE in 1978. I missed the start of the organization by a few months, but I've enjoyed every moment I've spent with AEE. And one more thing, the Energy Professional Council is the organization that is a part of AEE that chooses the AEE Hall of Fame nominees. So Wayne Turner, Shirley Hansen, Al Tooman, myself, and Marty Moza, who couldn't be here because we don't know yet if his house got washed away in New Jersey or not. I want to thank them all for being part of this and helping make the selections. The next inductee, Dr. Warren Heffington, he's Associate Professor Emeritus of Mechanical Engineering at Texas A&M. And where he founded the Industrial Assessment Center, and he's been director for 25 years. And the center has done a lot for industry in Texas and elsewhere. He's a faculty member at Texas A&M. He's done more than 250 industrial assessments. He's been responsible for those. He's been received awards, excuse me. US DOE, AEE, and others. He's a registered professional engineer in the state of Texas. He started a new energy engineering company with something about an armadillo in the name. Only in Texas, I love it. And he provides instructional services for AEE and many of their programs. You come on up, please, Warren.
That's Armadillo Energy Engineering, by the way, which has the same initials as AEE. I hope that's not copyrighted.
I didn't get that.
Thank you very much, George. And I especially want to say thank you to God, who blessed me with a great career, with wonderful colleagues throughout that career, and as they would say it, with awesome students to work with at Texas A&M University, where I spent a number of years. And thank you, too, to AEE and to Al Tooman for this honor. And congratulations, Al, on 35 years, and wish you the best in the next 35 years. And I know what you would say at the end of those 35 years. You would say, I'm just getting started. And I, too, want to thank my wife, Donna, who has accompanied me along this road of energy conservation all the way. As one of my friends once said, she's the wind beneath my wings. Among my colleagues and mentors, I want to thank two people from Texas. I want to thank Dan Turner, and I want to thank Malcolm Verdict. Dan Turner was a fellow faculty member at Texas A&M with whom I taught thermo for many years, and he's the founding director of the Energy Systems Lab, and it was under his directorship that continuous commissioning got introduced to the world. Malcolm Verdict is really the father of the Texas Lone Star program, which was a $100 million program, revolving loan program of retrofits for publicly owned buildings in the state of Texas back in the 1980s, early 1980s, when that was a lot of money. It was the first state-sponsored project with mandatory monitoring and verification. Dan and Malcolm really gave me a start in the energy conservation area. I also want to thank Wayne Turner from Oklahoma State who gave me a big push along that road of energy conservation. Wayne and his cohorts there taught me about operating an industrial assessment center. And Wayne introduced me to teaching the fundamentals of energy management, leading to the Certified Energy Manager exam. And I also want to thank Barney Capehart. Barney is often a co-teacher with me on the CEM courses, and I would have to say that Wayne and Barney keep me on the energy conservation road today. Thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you, everybody. It's not too early to think about nominees for the next year's cycle, which begins sometime around March. And thanks to Ruth Whitlock, who, I don't know if she's still in the room, but thanks to her, she keeps me on schedule and moving forward. So let's give another hand to the inductees.